In the world of these grand, epic myths, some sacrifices are just so profound, they earn a reward that goes way beyond death itself. Today, we're going to explore one of the most powerful blessings ever given. But let's start with a question, one that really gets to the heart of this entire story. What if you could choose the very moment of your death? What would it actually mean to have that kind of power? To be completely free from fate and just decide for yourself when your journey ends? So our story begins, but it doesn't start on a battlefield. No, it starts in the quiet of a royal court, with an emotion so powerful it was about to change destiny forever.
Just try to picture it. King Shantanu is watching his own son, Devavrata, make a vow, a promise so huge with such a massive personal cost that the king is just struck silent. Words completely fail him. And that silence, it's filled with this incredible mix of pride and just awe for the man his son just became, right in front of his eyes.
See, in that one moment, the king realized his son's sacrifice had nothing to do with power or land or politics. It was a spiritual act that just elevated him to a whole other plane. He wasn't just a prince waiting for a throne anymore. He had become something timeless.
And because of this incredible act, the king, who's just moved beyond words, gives his son a gift that truly matches the scale of the sacrifice.
And we're not talking about gold or kingdoms here. No, this was something way more profound. A power that very, very few mortals have ever even dreamed of. A blessing that would totally redefine his relationship with life and death.
The king gives him the ultimate control. Think about what this really means. Death won't come for him by accident. It won't find him in a battle or through old age or sickness. It will only arrive when he and he alone decides it's time. This isn't just about living a long time, it's about living a life completely on his own terms, right up to the very last breath. This incredible power actually has a name, Icha Murtyu, and it literally means death by one's own will. It's not just about hitting the pause button on death, it's about having total mastery over that final transition from this world to the next.
So, a gift like this, how does that change a person? Well, this boon didn't just change his future, it completely transformed who he was. From that moment on, the prince, Devavrata, he's gone. That old life, the one defined by who his father was and what he was supposed to inherit, it's over. And in his place, a new figure stands, an eternal guardian, whose entire purpose is now built around the vow he made.
And here's the change, laid out so clearly. Before, you have Devavrata, the prince, whose whole life was mapped out by his family line. But after, he becomes Bhishma, a name that means he of the terrible vow. Now, he's not bound by fate anymore, he's bound only by his word.
Now, this one moment, this vow, and this incredible boon, it doesn't just impact one man, oh no. It kicks off a chain reaction that will go on to define an entire epic. You see, on one hand, his sacrifice was just a simple act of love. It was all to make his father happy. But the fallout? It was huge. By stepping aside from the throne, he accidentally created this power vacuum that would, generations later, lead directly to the Great War of the Mahabharata.
So, his entire life from this point on, it's really defined by three core ideas: an absolutely unwavering sense of duty to his kingdom, a total renunciation of any personal wants or desires, and an eternal honor that would make his name legendary forever. And, Bhishma's real immortality wasn't about choosing when he died. Not really. He achieved it the second he conquered his own desires for the sake of his promise. He became a legend, not because he couldn't be killed, but because of what he chose to live for. And so, that one single promise, made in a quiet moment between a father and a son, becomes the bedrock for everything that happens next. Every fight, every alliance, every single tragedy in the entire epic, you can trace it all back to the echo of Bhishma's vow. And all of this leaves us with one last big thought. Bhishma's story seems to tell us that true immortality isn't really about living forever. It's about building a legacy so powerful that it can never, ever die. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is the greatest life one that's achieved by giving everything away?